Hey guys, I'm Regole. Today I'm going to be playing Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition for you today. This is not the remaster, this is the original Steam release, which is important. There's definitely a big difference between them. I'm also joined by my commentary crew. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, I'm Ashewyn. I also speedrun this game, and I've done commentary at GDQ for Demon Souls and other things, so I'm happy to be here for my first live GDQ.
I'm QueueKyoo. I'm also a runner of this game, and I'm currently Regole has the world record, but we've kind of battled a little bit over our span of running it. So I'm excited for No Wrong Orb to actually make it this year.
Yeah, I'm glad to have QueueKyoo here for sure as the second place runner for this category and the record holder for any percent. He's very good. All right, so I'm going to name my character. We're just going to go through character creation here. I'm going to start as male with the class Thief. The main reason we want to start Thief is because Thief starts with a free master key, which we're going to use to open up mostly one door. Which you could take the master key from here, but the fact that we get one for free, we can take black firebombs instead, which is going to save us about 30 seconds over having to pick up some firebombs, and it's going to help us kill some enemies faster. Everything else doesn't matter, really. Just a quick explanation for the category we're doing. This isn't going to be just regular any percent. It's any percent no wrong warp, which is simply we're not allowed to wrong warp. Normally in the any percent category, you skip like half the game by using a glitch called a wrong warp to skip into the final area. This run, we are not going to be doing that. We're going to actually have to go and collect these key items called Lord Souls that we'll have to offer to a thing called the Lord Vessel in order to access the final area. So that actually adds about 15 minutes or maybe some more than that to the whole run. Mm-hmm. It's going to be more of a classical Dark Souls run that you may have seen many years ago using a weapon that many people may have seen before, the Black Knight Halberd. So with that, I think we're ready to go. I'll go ahead and start with a countdown. I'll go on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So the game starts off in this tutorial area. This NPC above throws us a key, and there's not much explanation other than that. And we're just venturing out into the world. This is a prison section called the Northern Undead Asylum. Every run starts here. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. You have to get through this area. And we have these black firebombs, like I was saying earlier. We're going to use them pretty much immediately to take out this first boss, much faster than we would otherwise. Normally, you'd have to go and pick up a weapon, do a loop around, and then plunge onto this enemy. And it, takes a bit of time. But if you just have black firebombs, you can take them out real fast on the first encounter. So we run to this spot and chuck 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, and we dodge an attack. And 2 more, and he's dead. All right, cool. First boss down. And we can continue through the tutorial. And normally you would pick up a shield or a weapon here, but we don't need either, so we're gonna skip right past them. And we got insane RNG.
Yeah, the AFK heart.
Saves like half of a second. If you want to get the fastest asylum time in the world, you have to get that RNG.
Yeah.
And so we're going up to an NPC right here called Oscar, and we're gonna bait this boulder down, and he's gonna give us a key. Fun fact, it's actually faster to talk to him than to kill him to get the key, and now we can leave and go to the main part of the game. All right, and so I usually like to talk about these runs as a sort of a narrative of like different objectives we're trying to accomplish. Right now, the main objective that we're gonna be doing is trying to obtain a key item called the Lord Vessel. Lord Vessel is going to allow us to warp between bonfires. This isn't like the later Souls games where you can warp at any time to any bonfire. This game, you actually have to get a key item in order to do that, and that is the Lord Vessel, so we're on our way to get that as fast as we can. It's also gonna let us dispel a thing called a golden fog gate, so we can get into other sections of the game as well that are normally blocked off. And usually what you would have to do is go and ring these 2 bells, but we are going to skip that completely. So we are gonna try to get to this place called Sin's Fortress earlier than we have to. Spoilers for later on.
No frame dupe.
Yeah, I didn't get a frame dupe, that's okay. But on the way there, we are gonna be collecting some items. There's multiple different ways you can go to get to Sin's Fortress. In fact, it's actually a little faster to go through Undead Berg, but this route, we need to collect the Black Knight Halberd and the red Tearstone Ring. So we want to go through this place called Valley of Drakes, and we need to, this is why we got the master key, so we can open this door. We picked up an S-stock there for moose swapping, and a 1K soul right here.
Yay, you picked it up.
Yeah, I didn't forget it. I've been forgetting it a lot on my practice runs. We need some souls for shopping we'll do at Andre the Blacksmith later. And then we're going to pick up another 2K soul up ahead, but it's going to be kind of a quiet run through Valley of Drakes for a bit.
Yeah, we can even talk about the movement tech that's happening here.
Sure.
So he's actually toggling quite frequently here as he's running. And the toggling actually allows him to start his running animation a little faster than you normally would, just like, letting your stamina recover and then sprinting again. And he's also playing as male, like one distinction, male actually gets into that running animation slightly faster than female does. And there's some nuances between the gender.
All right, we need to avoid these drakes. They're quite annoying and loud. This is simultaneously the most quiet and loudest part of the game at the same time. But this is a pretty scary part. We don't want to die to these drakes. It'll be okay. We have some backups if it happens, but I'm going to climb this ladder and roll off and try not to die. I'll take a lot of fall damage, but I'll survive. However, there's a bunch of drakes beneath me, and they will be trying to kill me. So fingers crossed we don't die here. This is a very common spot that people reset to. All right, so here is the red Tearstone Ring we're going to pick up. Very important and powerful ring. We'll explain that in a second.
Nice.
Okay, I think we made it.
Good.
Nice. Okay. So the red Tearstone Ring is a ring that whenever I am below 20% HP, I am going to get a really large damage buff from it. So you'll see me at low HP like most of the boss fights. Like one hit away from death, but I will be dealing massive damage, so it makes up for it. But you want to play mistake-free. And this is a trick called an up warp. If you just quit out as you drop into this shaft, you'll just spawn right at the top. It pulls you up in like one frame. So you can't even see it happening. There you go, I'm already at the top. And now we are I'm gonna take this bonfire for safety real quick. There's a Black Knight right here, very famous Black Knight, who carries the weapon, the Black Knight Halberd we're gonna use. He can be annoying, so we're gonna take this just for safety. Now, normally if you are doing runs of this game for leaderboards, for world records, you have to farm this guy over and over again until he drops his weapon. It's only a 20% drop, 26% if you have one humanity. But we are, for the sake of the marathon, using a program called Gadgelamage to guarantee it drops. But maybe we'll get a real one. Let's see.
Oh, no.
And he's gonna run
Run off?
straight off. Oh, no, okay. Well,
Yeah,
we
you can't submit this now.
can't submit the run, unfortunately. But we do have a Black Knight Halberd, and we can continue on. So we're just doing a run the remainder of the way to get to Sin's Gate. And we're going to take a little detour here to grab a longbow. This, similar to the S-stock, is going to be used for a glitch called Moose Swap, also for other purposes. And then we'll just continue on to Andre the Blacksmith. And on our way, we are going to kill this crystal lizard up here, who is going to drop some twinkling titanite that we're going to use to upgrade our Black Knight Halberd. And we actually need to punch and throw a firebomb, because the firebomb does 1 point of damage less than what we need to kill him.
So what you're going to notice right now is that there is a cursor on screen. This is actually really important for a menu exploitation we're going to perform called a prompt swap. And it's actually positioned for the next tab menu button that we're going to see in the vendor menus. So that's where prompt swap is going to be used, vendor menus such as Andre coming up. Now what the exploit does is it allows you to buy items that you don't have souls for with items you do have souls for that are in the adjacent tabs in that vendor menu. And so he is going to walk up to Andre here, and he's going to be able to perform it. It's going to happen all very quickly, so just try to pay attention. I'll run you through what he's going to be purchasing.
Might slow down a bit so we don't mess up.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
It might still look fast.
So here he's going to buy a weapon smith box. He's also going to buy the weapon war pick. He's also going to prompt swap to be able to buy a stack of 9 Caestus and also prompt swap with the remaining souls to get 99 Titanite shards. Then he's going to look at the Caestus, which allows him to store a negative quantity. And by heading up to this bonfire, he's going to perform something called a negative quantity brightness dupe, and the way that works is going to inject the negative quantity into the drop menu of the Twinkling Titanite. Drop -9 Twinkling Titanite, which actually gives us a positive number of them, and that results in 8 Twinkling Titanite, which he's going to use to upgrade the Black Knight Halberd, along with the 2 Twinkling Titanite he's already picked up. And just before he left the bonfire there, he upgraded his war pick to +5.
Yeah. And this segment is honestly super packed. Like, it's by far the most difficult and technical segment in this run to do optimally. Right now, he's actually immediately going into a very famous glitch in this entire game. It's called Sen's Gate Skip. And right now, he's going to abuse death cam mechanics to run all the way back down to where that bonfire was. And because the game has this area loaded right here, in order to save memory, basically, it doesn't load the gate of where Sen's fortress is, so he's able to just run straight through while in death cam. So you're going to see, like, the bridge over here isn't loaded, his character isn't loaded, and the gate isn't loaded, but the texture still is the collision is, so he can just run straight through and just skip having to ring both of the bells.
Yeah, this actually saves the most amount of time in this category than it does in any other category, because this skips an entire boss fight. The gargoyles, you don't have to kill them at all, and you don't have to ring the bells. You also don't have to take 2 trips to Blighttown, so that skip alone saves like 3.5 minutes in no wrong warp. In other categories, it's more of a routing feature that you can use to get to Anor Londo early for whatever reason you might want, but this one, it actually saves a bunch of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as we're running through Sen's, we might get one donation here, because this is pretty routine and cycle-based and very easy for runners to get through.
Awesome, great. Well, we have so much love coming in for the Dark Souls run. You're doing amazing, Regole. Why don't we kick it off with $50 from Carl Germ that says, "Hey, Regole, thanks for extending No Wrong Warp November by a couple of months. Wish I could be there cheering you on in person, but I'm so happy to see you running this category at GDQ. Oh, and hi, Ash and QueueKyoo, Franker Z."
Thank you, Carl. We miss you, man. All right, so yeah, we're just going through Sen's Fortress here. It's pretty easy to get through as a speedrunner. When you've done it a million times, it acts pretty much the same way every time, so it's kind of chill, despite how it might be casually. And that was intentional, I promise, me getting hit by the arrows there. That is a red tier stone ring setup that we use just to get to low HP. You're going to see a lot of those over the course of the run. Most of them are going to be fall damage based or environmental based in general, which are great because using enemies to set up your health is very annoying because they can be random. Excuse me.
So he actually equipped the longbow here, which is actually important for a glitch he's going to do called the move swap. I'm sure you've seen this if you've seen Dark Souls runs. The way that this glitch works is by two-handing the bow in his left hand. It's one of the few weapons you can left-handed. That's what I'm trying to say. And as he's queuing up an animation, which he's going to do right here, he's going to go to swap that weapon to the war pick, which is what he desires. And because the bow doesn't have a running, rolling, or plunging attack moveset, the game is forced to read the data from the right-hand weapon, which is the rapier, and that's important because the rapier has 2 hits of damage when you do a running attack, and he transferred that to the war pick right now.
God.
And
ooh,
Bob is
Bob
giving
is
you
a menace.
Yeah, Bob is a menace.
Every runner's least favorite hollow. Oh my God.
Okay.
This guy is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we actually made it through. So yeah, his war pick now has that damage of the war pick, but the move swap attack of the rapier.
Yeah, that enemy Bob is the actual boss of Sen's Fortress.
Yeah.
He's the scary one when you're using RTSR, at least. So we should be able to make the bomb cycle here, I believe.
Yeah.
Might actually have to wait. Yeah, it was like so early on. Well, there's Iron Golem. So we had to use the war pick on him because we did not have the stats for the Black Knight Halberd yet. Luckily, the war pick is easy to buy, it's cheap. We have the stats for it, so we don't have to go out of our way to level anything up, and we can take him out pretty quick with that war pick fight, especially with the help of Red Tier Stone Ring, which you can see right there, that glow around me. There's also that icon in the top left. That shows you, oh, okay, you're in Red Tier Stone Ring range. But now we have a bunch of souls that we got from Iron Golem. And we're going to take advantage of that by leveling up a bunch and leveling up our Black Knight Halberd to +5. So we are really early in the run. We already have a fully maxed out Black Knight weapon. So we are in business. We can wield it now, and we are ready to go. We're going to be doing great damage later on. Right now, we need to get through Anor Londo, though. And I'm going to go to this elevator and do a glitch called a confirmation box dupe, which is going to let me reuse this core of an Iron Golem soul, so I can get some extra souls from it. And then we're just going to continue through Anor Londo, which is kind of just a lot of running and stuff getting thrown at my back the whole time. So this is actually would be a great time to get like multiple donations in.
Yeah, maybe like 2, 3.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, kicking us off, we have $50 from Colin that says, super hyped for this Dark Souls run. Good luck, Regole, and let's get that Resident Evil 4 run in. And folks, yeah, we do have a bonus game yet to be unlocked, which is going to be Resident Evil 4 Remake separate ways. And so far, we've raised $26,771.93, leading us to unlocking it. But folks, we have to hit that $160,000 mark. So as you're sending in those donations, make sure you're sending it to that bonus game.
We can probably get
Yeah, you want one more?
Yeah, great. Well, we have $50 from Serene Dragon that says, I played Dark Souls for the first time in 2022, and it quickly became one of my favorite games of all time. Good luck for the run. I'm excited to see this great game being destroyed.
Good choice by the donator. Dark Souls is a fantastic game.
Okay, so we got through the rafters, which is a pretty scary part. You have to sprint over these very thin beams with all these enemies at you. But we got through pretty easily there. I had to poke one guy out of the way, which is another reason why the S-Stock is nice, or any thrusting weapon. Like, you use it for moose swap, but it's actually got a lot of good utility attacking enemies. But we're going to continue through here, and we're going to need some quiet here running through this Batwing Demon section, because I need to listen for audio cues so I don't die. Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm just going to heal here. He threw it a little early. Okay. All right, you still need to listen for these Silver Knights shooting. There's one more audio cue I need. Okay, I think we're good. And then we need to just bait this guy off.
That was quick.
Yep, that was good. All right, cool, nice. So now we're coming up to one of the most random bosses in the whole run, and because of that, we are going to take this bonfire, which this is another safety bonfire you wouldn't see in like world record attempts, but it is a good one to take. We're also going to spend our souls here because we want to spend them anyways. So if I die, I don't want to have to go grab them again. And normally you would actually go through Anor Londo without healing whatsoever, which makes it even scarier. So you set up Red Tear Stone Ring off of it. But because I was being safe and taking the bonfire, I need to use this enemy. And I almost have Red Tear Stone Ring set up. But we need a little bit more damage.
Yeah, as Regole said earlier, the Black Knight Halberd potential and damage is really going to shine through ONS here, Ornstein and Smo, so definitely pay attention to that. And my apologies, I think I said rapier instead of S-Stock, but
yeah,
thrusting weapons, so
right.
it still functions the same way.
Yeah.
They're all the same thing, just weight difference, pretty much.
All right. Okay, this is the worst RNG, but we can make something out of it here. So Smo's going to shovel. All right. Jump away. I meant to do a running attack. Okay, nice.
A little spooky.
Very spooky. I messed up on accident.
Yeah, that was a good strafe,
Expertly
though.
managed.
Yeah. You can strafe a lot of their attacks if you kind of are familiar with them. All right. Not
done.
too bad for how that played out.
Yeah, the lightning opener is very rare.
Yeah, it is very scary. And that's it. Now we are going to get the Lord Vessel, which is we've accomplished our early game goal. We need to go up to Guinevere here. And since she likes to talk a lot, and we're speedrunners, we are just going to shoot her. There it goes. And run in. You have to run in just a little bit. And then we're going to jump out, and then it should give us the Lord Vessel here. Nice. All right, so the first part of the run is finished. Now the next part of the run is we're going to be going and collecting all of those Lord Souls that we need to offer to the Lord Vessel in order to access the final layer. The first one that we're going to be grabbing is the Beta Chaos Soul, in Lost Izalith. And first, we're going to be doing a very cool skip. QueueKyoo, can you explain Blighttown skip for me? It's my favorite
sure.
skip.
Yeah, sure. This skip is awesome. It allows us to skip basically all of Blighttown. We'll be going just past all of it. And it starts off right here with a very specific aim setup. He's going to aim at a very specific part of the ammo, at the shaft right here. And then he's going to abuse something called a transition clip, which is basically going to trick the game into sending him into the last loaded part because of weird, unstable ground mechanics. You'll see in a second when he loads back in.
I'm going to turn off motion blur. That is actually...
Yeah, it was bothering me too on the elevator.
Usually I have it turned off.
As soon as he loads back in, the ground is not going to be there, and he's just going to start falling. And he's going to quit out as soon as he hits the ground, and then do another very specific aim setup to get down to something called seam walk, which is this pixel-wide seam that you have to kind of just know where everything is, which is really cool and really fun to practice. So hopefully he does it right.
Incredibly hard as well.
Yeah,
like,
this takes a lot of practice. This is probably the things that top runners practice the most or have the most time practicing. So he did it very well here. So this is another thing called the delayed roll. It allows
Pretty
them to,
easy to me.
cancels all your fall damage, and you're right into QueueKyoo's domain. So
this
very
is
cool skip.
one of the most advanced strats in these speedruns.
Yeah, that saves like a full minute in this category. And now here's QueueKyoo. We're going to try to get a lot of staggers on her body here. And I missed. That's okay. This is going to be a little slow of a fight. Oh, they got one at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that first one, and then she started to do the spray, so
Honestly,
it wasn't safe.
getting the stagger on that attack is kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird because she'll stop in different places. So you have to adjust. It's easy to mess up, actually. And so now we're going into one of my favorite skips. This skip is what actually got me into speedrunning this game, so shout out to Kamal, who found this. This is a Fire Sage elevator clip. So what I'm going to do is quit out by this elevator. And if you pay attention, the elevator is loading in slightly after my character. The elevator isn't active yet, so I can't do anything with it yet. But these quit outs are pushing me back ever so slightly using the stand-up animation. Eventually, I'm just going to fall right through, like so. And below me, there is a boss, which I can plunge, Fire Sage, and his AI doesn't activate whatsoever. He prevents me from dying. He's actually really sweet.
Yeah, he's so chill.
It's kind of a miracle this works, but it is very cool. And we don't need to skip the Golden Fog Gate necessarily, but like the fact that we have that, we don't have to place Lord Vessel yet at all. So we can get into this area with the Golden Fog Gate still active.
What a great cushion.
Yes. And the only reason that works is because Fire Sage Demon is a copy and paste from Asylum Demon, who you can plunge. Normally you can't plunge attack that boss at all, which is just a funny coincidence.
Time for a quick donation.
Let's wait till after this boss, and then they will be good. So this is a Centipede Demon. He can be kind of a jerk, so hopefully he pays attention, or hopefully behaves. I don't know why I said that, but yeah. Okay, looks like he's in the right spot here.
Yeah.
So this should hopefully go well.
Yeah,
nice,
should give you
perfect.
the jumps. Yep.
Okay, this is exactly what you want. 2 more hits. All right, he's dead. Okay, now would be a great time for some donations as we run through all this lava.
Awesome. Well, kicking us off is another community donation with $15 from a regular guy. They say, a Dark Souls run by Regole with an added commentary with Ash and QueueKyoo? Yes, please. Good luck, Regole. Franker Z.
Thank you, Greg.
We also have $50 from Andrew that says, so grateful for the GDQ events every year and that my brother QueueKyoo is getting some screen time for
Nice.
the game he loves most. Good luck to all the runners and much love from the QueueKyoo household.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you, Andrew.
Time for more?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, folks, we've already closed over $1,000 now, so we're only about $132,000 away from unlocking Resident Evil 4. So keep those donations coming in, and even $5 helps. It doesn't have to be a $50 donation. Every little bit helps. But we have $50 from Landman that says, awesome to catch Regole at GDQ. Good luck and lots of love to you and Ash from all of us in Sweden.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Len.
All right, so we are finally getting out of this lava, which is not pretty.
It's harsh on the eyes.
Very harsh. We're heading up to maybe one of the least popular bosses in the game, to put it nicely. The Beta Chaos. Normally you have to do this whole thing where you have to run to the sides and knock out these orbs in order to get access to this middle section. And while you're doing that, all the floor is like collapsing around you, and it's kind of a nightmare. I'm sure anyone that played this game casually will remember how annoying this boss is. But we're not going to do that at all. Well, we will be knocking out the orbs and going to the center, but we won't be running around. We have a strat called Toki Bombs, which maybe you've heard of. It's been around for a long time. It makes this not only way faster, but way more comfortable, as long as you don't miss.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't miss our bombs. This would be one of those strats that if we fail, we'll probably have to load a save, because it's like kind of irreversible if you fail it. But it shouldn't be too bad.
This is always a strat that we recommend even like new players or people playing their first time try out, because it just trivializes this entire boss fight, which
Yes.
is very obnoxious.
Yeah, the biggest concern is there's an attack called a Firestorm that the boss can do while you're in the center. So even once you nail these 2 bomb throws, you're not safe. But hopefully it'll go fine. All right, so we're gonna stop like right here. Let's get aiming. We're just gonna take it a little slow. That should be good. That should be good too. All right, hopefully we don't get firestormed.
Nice.
Almost out of the woods.
We got
We
firestormed.
firestormed.
That sucks. Should we load a save file?
I think so.
I
I think
so.
we need to load a save file. That's like really the worst thing that can happen. Hold on. So I'm not going to go to the desktop if I don't know if that's okay. Need to go here. Do this.
We're just
Yeah,
gonna
it
transfer
happens.
over a
Yeah, we
save
just
file.
have to transfer the save files.
Right.
Yeah, that Firestorm attack, the pattern it goes is random, so
Yeah.
like avoiding it when it's already like coming out in a certain way is just
It's definitely killed some world record paces
Yeah.
before, so it happens. It's like one
Yeah.
of those things you can't really mitigate. You just have to hope it doesn't happen to you.
All right, that should do it. Let's see.
there is a way to like kind of manipulate where it goes, but it's not really used that.
That's unfortunate. I really didn't want to have to load a save file. Yeah, perfect. There we go.
Oh well.
All right, so we're gonna heal up. That was pretty quick. Okay.
Just see it again for the viewers.
Yeah, you can watch it again. Hopefully, you don't get firestormed again. That's like pretty unlucky.
Yeah, it doesn't really even happen that often.
No, and you can definitely like avoid getting hit by it, but I just barely got
unlucky.
caught by it. Okay. We are gonna try again. Yeah, that's like a really, really bad time loss. But
Yeah, because it saved. This boss is kind of unique because it saves the place at which it like
right,
last.
you can't like
Yeah.
redo it. Like,
Yeah, the boss fight doesn't start over whenever you
Yeah.
leave it. So
Yeah, so this strat just cannot be used a second time around. You have to like do something else entirely because the floor is all broken.
there we go.
yeah, now
Nice.
it's easy. This is what usually happens.
Yes. No bad RNG this time.
Nice. Okay.
That's the first Lord Soul, by the way.
Yes. One down.
Yes.
All right, so now we are back at Firelink, and we need to level up 28 endurance, which was a big reason why we went to Izalith first, so we can get a bunch of souls, because you don't really need a lot of levels in order to do Izalith effectively. So we kind of just go there first because of that. And now we want to place the Lord Vessel to dispel some fog gates. But before we can do that, we need to get the Covenant of
mouse off the
Artorias.
Yeah.
So we can, the mouse cursor can get off the screen now.
Yeah, we prompt swapped for the last time, so the cursor's no longer needed on
Set
screen.
this up. We need to get the Covenant of Artorias from this boss Sif, so we can access 4 kings and place the Lord Vessel through the other serpent cap. There we go. All right, it's off screen now.
Yeah, moving the mouse, like even if it is on screen, it just
Yeah.
moves the camera.
So we're on our way to Sif right now, and that was an enemy RTSR setup, and those can be pretty annoying. But yeah, that guy is usually not too bad. That one went over my head though, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Whatever. This might be a good time for donations, actually.
Great, sounds good. Well, kicking us off is $50 from Hodja Plays that says, come on, let's get that RE4 incentive met. So excited for this Dark Souls run, praise the sun. And indeed, with that, we are getting really close with 20% of that Resident Evil 4 remake run unlocked of a total of $160,000. So keep those donations coming in, chat.
Thank you, Muffin. All right, so continuing on our way to Sif. There used to be a skip that we did here called Ruin Skip, but now we have like we would do it just to get this chest here that has really good armor called Stone Armor, and we use it just for Nito because Nito's a huge pain and it helps to have a lot of armor and HP for him, but we have some new strats now, so we can just avoid doing it, which is great because Ruin Skip is extremely annoying to do. It's like you lose like 10 seconds if you don't get it, which is like not, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is when you're going for really good times. So I'm happy to not have to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's about to get to Sif here, and normally you don't want to quit out before Sif because it kind of changes his opening AI a little bit, but there is an intended strat that he's going to do here by quitting out that has Sif behaving in a way where he can go pick up the Hornet Ring and then just immediately run to Sif and demolish him.
Yeah, hopefully Sif gives me a good pattern. This would actually be like a very nice thing to skip because like we still have to get the Covenant of Artorias to get to 4 Kings. So
yeah.
If we could avoid this entire segment, it would save like 3 minutes. Yeah. So like if anyone wants to find a way to kill 4 Kings without Covenant of Artorias, that would be very appreciated. All right, so let's see what Sif does. All right, that's nice. Good. That's perfect RNG, but I still need him to cooperate, which he didn't, but that's okay. This is not too bad of a fight.
Yeah.
Still went well.
Still pretty good. Now we have the Covenant, and we can immediately go to 4 Kings because we need to place the Lord Vessel, but we haven't rang the bells yet. So the only option that we really have is the other Serpent Cath. And we're going to make our way there and do a RTSR setup, a fall damage-based one, which is a little precise, but it's cool. I came up with this like several years ago to come up with something faster because what we were doing before was pretty slow. That actually was nice. That should work fine.
Yeah, what you should know is this is Regal's baby category. Like he loves the Run Warp. He's worked on it for so many years and made so many iterations to make it a lot faster. So it's kind of his pride and joy.
This is the first category I ever speedrun. The first thing I ever did speedruns of. So it's a great pleasure to be showcasing it here. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to be doing a skip here called Seal Skip. Normally you need to like go to this thing called the seal to lower all this water, but we're going to avoid having to do that. Nice. That should work. Nice. That's a fast way of doing it where you do a running attack on a specific spot. So you want to fall really close to the wall so you land on this little slope that's like barely hanging off the wall and quit out like as the camera flips upside down. Then we need to do another roll here, quit out to kill the death cam. And now we are very much out of bounds, and somehow we can swim. So this is a really nice way to get to 4 Kings pretty fast. You don't have to go to inward. You don't have to turn any cranks. And you also drop in a really good spot for taking out the boss. So we're actually going to drop an item right here. And this is going to tell us where the 2nd King is going to spawn. And now we are going to do a certain sequence of attacks on this king to try to deal as much damage as we possibly can to it. Because while the kings are dying, you actually can deal extra damage to their bodies and allows you to get less than 4 kings. So we're going to try to get 2 kings here. All right, that should work. As you can see, I've only killed 1 king, but about 65% of their health bar is gone. And you need to just sit here and wait for the next one to spawn. Something cool about the music in this fight, it tells you exactly when the kings are going to spawn based on where you are in the music.
It's trademark of Regole to just like hum the music while he waits.
Yeah, this is when you start dancing in your runs. Nice. And that's it. That was perfect. 2 kings. All right, this is another safety bonfire. Normally we wouldn't take this in a PB attempt, but we're going to want to take a safety bonfire later, and if we did that, then we would not have access to Firelink Altar anymore, so we need to take the Abyss bonfire in order to get back there. This is the Firelink Altar. This is where we wanted to go to place the Lord Vessel. Now we have all the golden fog gates dispelled. and we can head on our way to get the third and the fourth Lord Soul. That was the second one that we just got from Four Kings. So the Four Kings was like a double. You got a Lord Soul and you got to place the Lord Vessel. And we could go to Nito first here if we wanted to, but it's just a little faster to go to Seath first. You want some extra vit for Nito to make it more consistent. You also want extra vit for the final boss to make that more consistent. And you don't really need stats for the Seath segment. So it's like you might as well go do this for souls anyways. We could also skip the Golden Fog Gate here if we wanted to as well, but there's just no reason to. Like, it just takes longer to do it, so might as well. We cannot skip the Nito Golden Fog Gate, though, so we have to place the Lord Vessel at some point. And right now, we're just going to be running through.
Giga War.
Try not to die to these boars. You can just roll right through it. And hopefully it doesn't chase me down. Okay. They're pretty scary. We call these the Giga Boars.
Yeah.
They're
terrifying in all
very
bosses
scary.
when you do skip the Golden Fog Gate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've got some famous clips with these boars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like it chased you all the way to the
Yeah.
elevator.
Oh, yeah. He can get on the elevator, which
Yeah.
is
It's awesome.
extremely terrifying, but also awesome. That's kind of like this game can be so silly sometimes, yet also terrifying. Okay, so this is a scary part right here, all these crystal hollows. Okay, that's bad. Okay.
Thankfully, the table blocked that shot.
Okay,
from the
yeah.
cannon.
I'm going to take the go around here.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's pretty scary. Okay.
Yeah, crystal hollows deal more damage than regular hollows, so
Yeah, and they're buffed by the channelers
Yeah.
as well. So
Exactly.
they will literally one-shot me if
Yep.
they hit me.
Normally, you can do like another up warp here, but it's not really RTA
Yeah.
friendly, so.
Yeah, so we're going to just show you the Duke skip. This is a very famous skip that's been around for a long time. That normally you would have to go and get killed by Seath, and you go to a prison-like section, this whole like side quest that the game takes you on. But we're just going to do some bow zoom in and some roll in, and we skip the whole thing. So
nicely done.
Very nice.
that saves like 5 or 6 minutes. That is a huge time save. That's been around for a while. That setup that I just did is pretty recent though, and it makes it very accessible for anyone that wants to learn how to do that. Not hard at all. And now we're just continuing on our way to Seath, and this is probably a good time to get a few donations in.
All right, excellent. Kicking us off, we have $25 from Ella and Cass.
Oh,
and they
nice.
say,
Aw.
hey, Regole and Ash. Hey, QQ. It may be 4:30 a.m. here in Australia, but we wouldn't miss this for the world. Good luck and praise the run. Heart.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And we have so many donations for this Dark Souls run. You're doing amazing, Regole. We have $10 from Anonymous that says, praise the sun. $50 from Zach that says, praise the sun. $200 from Austin that says, greetings from Philadelphia. I'm snowed in and can't think of a better way to stay warm than with this incredible Regole's incredible Dark Souls run. This donation is on behalf of my mom, who survived breast cancer thanks to catching it early.
Nice. Thank
Good
you.
to hear.
Okay, so we are just continuing on here and taking a bunch of fall damage, you see, just setting up our HP. I love these enemy-based fall damage setups. So actually, normally, if you were going to watch a record attempt at this game, there's a skip that we would do here called a slope quit out that saves about 20 seconds. But we are not doing it because it is very easy to mess up, and we would lose an extreme amount of time. So we're just going to not do it. But yeah, if you want to check out some of the like more advanced, less safe strategies, I recommend checking out the record as well. And so we're going to be doing some pathing here to avoid the clams from getting in, which is really most of the boss fight here is these clams. Okay, that looks safe. Hopefully they don't get in.
It sounds like they're getting blocked.
Yeah, I think we're fine. Still want to be a little cautious. So we're going to shoot his crystal. That makes him vulnerable, and then a couple move swap attacks,
Yeah, you're good.
plus an R2 should take care of the boss. There we go.
No clams.
No clams at all.
The clams are the worst part of the fight.
Yeah, that's
by
the
far.
boss fight, is
Yeah.
not getting clams in. And we're done. So now we're on our way to the penultimate segment, Nito, which is honestly the most infamous segment of this run. I need to pop a soul.
So it used to be that you would have to fight Nido in a normal fashion using stone armor, like Regole was said earlier, and sometimes he's even done it RTSR no armor, which was incredibly scary when he was doing that variation of it.
That was so
yeah,
It was
a while
so
back.
stuffed.
It was scary, and he still managed to do it and do well with it. But recently, a AI cancel was found for this boss that made this route that used to be so hard to PB with and world record at because you would die at Nido before going to Gwyn. It changed up the category altogether, and people who used to fear Nido now love doing this AI cancel because it just changes everything. It makes it much more comfortable.
It's still easy to mess up,
It is still
but
difficult.
sure. Yeah.
But if you do it correctly, it should work every time, which is more than you could have really asked for like a few years ago. It's like, man, I just wish this was not so bad. And we got something really good. Shout out to Kamul again for helping find stuff like this.
Yeah, every DS1 runner just kind of salivates that consistency.
Yeah, I coined it the best strat ever.
It is really good.
It is so good. But hopefully I don't die to it. So. You can still very much die.
Time
right.
for a quick dono.
Let me take care of this one thing up ahead.
Sure.
We're gonna do another fall damage cancel here to skip to the bottom of Catacombs.
Another instance of delayed roll.
Yeah, and then there's some boss that is not very important. You can read donations during that.
So like right after this.
Right
Yeah.
here.
No skeleton. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, feel free to read a donation.
Yo, awesome. We have $5 from Comny that says, since you didn't get a halberd drop, I'm going to post this on the Pastebin leaderboard.
Yeah, no wrong word.
Nice.
GDQ PB.
Thank you, Kamini.
Time for more?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, $25 from Lemon Curry that says, praise the sun. This is from my mom who beat breast cancer last year. Keep up the wonderful work. Much love from a Swede in Switzerland for maximum confusion. $15 from Alva the Wayfarer that says, stayed up to catch some runs last night and speed ran the sleep section so I could catch one of my favorite games at GDQ. Looks like I made it. So here's my customary Dark Souls donation. Good morning, everybody. Praise the sun, and don't you dare go hollow, friends.
Thank you. All right, so this is one of my favorite areas to run through, Tomb of the Giants. It's just got some really cool parkour. But we are going to take this safety bonfire here because it is very easy to die to this strat, as good as it is. And this run back is pretty long. So we are going to rest here. That's the main reason we took the Abyss bonfires, just to have this safety one here. We're going to run past Patches, say hello to Patches.
Hi, Patches.
Pitches.
And do a fog gate skip right here, which hopefully we don't die to.
Looks good.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not only faster, but it also helps set up your HP for the upcoming Nido fight, as well as this jump, which is also faster, as well as giving you a nice knock to your HP. Cool. So from now, all we have to do is drop into the Nido fight, and we'll have a real comfy RTSR setup. We need to set up our AI cancel here. QueueKyoo, do you kind of want to start explaining what the AI
sure.
cancel is?
So we recently figured out kind of how AI works in this game. Essentially, every 151 frames, the game kind of like takes the enemies it takes the character into account, and like the enemies see that they're there or they don't see that they're there. And whenever you unequip an item, for a frame, it makes it appear to the enemies that your character isn't there. So we have very specific setups, like we're going to see up here, that we unequip an item on the 151st frame, and it makes it so none of the enemies realize that you're there until you attack them or something. Mm-hmm. And that basically makes them AFK for about 5 seconds, and it just makes a ton of segments or bosses or a lot of things just really nice. So right now he's doing a very, very specific series of inputs, and hopefully, yeah, he's got it. Nice. Yeah, so you see right here, Nido and the skeletons aren't doing anything basically. He's
They're
getting
just chilling.
the AoE right here. He's healing, backstep.
Yeah, he backsteps that stagger.
That was an insane
Yeah,
modification there. Did you just see that?
Yeah, I did, dude.
Because I didn't kill that one
Very
skeleton.
nice, very nice.
Ooh, that was scary.
Very nice.
That worked though. I had to adjust that on the fly because I missed that one skeleton.
Yeah.
Wow, so that is the best strat ever.
There is a slightly faster version of it, but it's even harder. if
Yeah,
you don't really need
it's
to do
much
that.
easier to mess up, and it only saves a second, so I went with this one. And now we are heading to the end. We have all the Lord Souls. We did it. We are going to get into the final area. We haven't wrong warped a single time.
Couldn't be me.
So that's how you know it was a good run for no wrong warp, if you didn't wrong warp once. And we're going to offer them, and then we have access to the kiln of the first flame. And part of that final level up we did after Seath was getting us a specific amount of vitality so we can set up RTSR using this Black Knight that's ahead for the final boss, Gwyn. And we also gave ourselves a bunch of strength so we can one-hand the Black Knight halberd for a quick, fast setup to take him out as well. We're going to be using parries and ripostes in combination with the Hornet Ring that we picked up at Sif to deal extra damage on our ripostes.
That's quick.
Yep, so that's
Yeah,
the
that was
Archer
actually-
setup.
I kind of hope you get the fast swing so that you can show off.
Yeah, the fast swing from Gwyn with this kill is actually really cool. It goes like right over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really impressive. But in the meantime, Muffin, if you have one quick donation, then we can get to Gwyn.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's still so much love here, but we have $50 from Marubu84 that says, awesome Dark Souls run, and I couldn't agree more. What an incredible display, Regole.
Now, thank you. Yeah, other than the beta chaos
Yeah,
death, but that was just kind of like bad luck.
Yeah.
That,
It's not
that
over.
happened.
Yeah, it's been a good run.
True, it's not over. That actually is a good
Gwyn
point.
goes really fast. It's
Gwyn
really
is
impressive, but
famous for killing people in marathon
Yes.
runs, honestly.
Yes.
Just grab 7 times. in a row.
Yeah, yeah. No, it should be fine. All right, let's see what Gwyn has in store for us today. Is he going to troll us? Okay.
Very fast parry into her post. Do a fast attack.
Ah,
Grab.
Okay.
I think he's probably gonna jump.
Yep.
Oh well.
It's okay.
He almost
fine.
always
He trolled
jumps.
so
Yeah.
hard there, dude.
Yeah.
But we got it.
But very
And
nice.
That's Dark Souls. No wrong warp. Time is coming up on the credits. Time.
Nice.
All right, I guess we can check the IGT, but we loaded a save
no.
file.
Oh, yeah.
That's, you're cheating, dude.
That's going to be a
it's
weird IGT.
Whatever. We'll just pretend like it was a
The real thing.
real thing. Yeah, 40. Insane.
Oh my god, dude, you beat
40,
the RTA.
40. Yeah.
Hey, peace.
Oh, that 4451 that's not too bad though. I mean, like loading the save file definitely took up some time.
Good run though.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. That was a lot of fun. I think it went pretty well. We didn't get a real halberd though, so not a
Yeah,
real
it didn't
run.
count. Yeah. Gotta redo it.
Do it again.
I want to do it again. I don't think we have time. So I want to give out a few shout outs to people from the community. This is the category I started with. This is what like got me into speedrunning. Like the first thing that I ever did a run of this category. It took me 1 hour and 54 minutes. And as you can see where I am today, I just did it in 40 minutes. So I've come a long way, and it's really special to be here to run this for you guys. And I want to give a shout out to the people that I started watching that got me into this as well. Zaz Train, Capitaine Twanon, Kamul 78, Nax HPL, and there's so many other people, but Dan Flesh, like Catalyst, all you guys are awesome. Thank you for just being around, and it's been great to know you guys in the community and everybody else out there. But other than that, I think that's me. I think I'm done. Thank you for having me, GDQ.